guys, if you're new to Deception Bytes, hit the like and subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell to be notified of future videos. If you wish to support the channel, the links are in the description below. Now, fasten your seatbelt. Here we go. Okay guys, I had to start this again because my cat was yowling in the background and I couldn't even concentrate, so I could imagine that it would drive you all crazy. Anyway, today is March the 8th, and it's 9:43 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope everybody had a wonderful day, and I hope that you are continuing to have a wonderful day. Probably a lot of you are home from work and home for the weekend, so that's always good. Anyway, I'm all hopped up on blackberry yogurt, so let's get going. Now, what we're going to be doing, we're going to, there's a few posts that I missed from yesterday because when I uploaded the video, Q had continued to post. So we're going to go over those in this video. And then I'm going to wait while this is uploading. I'm going to record the Q related news because we haven't done that in a while. I actually went over some of the news that I had gathered over the last little while, and I thought, oh, I can't use this. This is old. So you're getting all fresh stuff. So there you go. No old news for you guys, only the best. And thank you guys so much too for everything just coming together for me just during the, me getting demonetized and everything. And you all have just come together. You've been really supportive and encouraging. You've donated coffee. Some of you have become Patreons. And it's blown me away, and it really has inspired me to want to do a better job as well, to bring, better stuff, just, I don't know, to just get better all the way around. Now, I don't want to get so professional that I lose this kind of feeling of, talking to friends. I really want that feel. I want you to feel that you're welcome here, and I want you to feel like you're with a real person, because I am. And chances are, I bet a good many of you I'd probably be good friends with in real life if we were in closer proximity. Anyway, now I want to read something to you guys because it is a wonderful comment, not for me, but for you guys. And I was reading through my comments tonight, picking up on some. I do try to read through as many as I possibly can. And I found this, and I don't think that this person would mind. I hope that they won't mind me reading it to you guys, but it's a wonderful comment, or a wonderful compliment. So anyway, it's this, and it's from someone called KC X-Ray. I think they're fairly new to this channel because I haven't noticed that name before. But it says, I would like to take a moment, not for you, Mishel, not this time. This is for your fans. I spend a lot of time on internet, in chat rooms and on social media, and out of all of them, you guys are the nicest, most respectful, caring, thoughtful, friendly group of people. This says a lot in today's toxic online energy, which I must admit I am guilty of from time to time. Every time I come here, nothing but excellence from both Mishel and you. Nothing but excellence from both Mishel and you all. I just want to thank you all for being a nice, quiet refuge in a storm of online negativity. Keep it up, everyone. That is, you know what? That says a lot because I know you guys are on some other channels. I know you have other YouTubers that you like to listen to. And I bet if you go down through some of their comments, they're not so kind and respectful as you all. I have been blown away, really, I have, and it's actually really humbling because I see the quality of people that the Lord has brought to this channel, and I do believe that you're all here for a reason. I know you think you're here for Q, and yes, you are, but I don't know. I think that we've got a good family here, and it does feel like family, and I want to keep it feeling like that no matter, how many subscribers come on, in times to come. I never want to lose that. I never want to lose that at all. It's something very rare, and I value it. And I value you all. And I thank you, too, for everything that you've done. I really appreciate it. So let's get on with Q. And we'll get this knocked out of the way, and then we'll get on to some Q-related news. Alrighty. I really am all hopped up on blackberry yogurt. I had like 2 cups of it, which was way too much. And now I'm kind of like, ugh. You think yogurt is light? It isn't. When it's sitting in your stomach like a rock, it's not. It's not at all. All right. Now, the last one we looked at last night was about the Denver airport. And I have looked, I haven't had success yet, but I am going to get those pictures because I do want to do a video on that very badly. Denver airport is just something I'm very, very interested in. And I think that for some of you, you probably haven't heard much about it. At least I can tell from the comments that some of you have not. And so it's probably interesting because it's probably like, wow, yeah, that is weird. So yeah, just something interesting. All right, so that's where we left off, and we're going to go to the very next one that Q dropped last night. And Q is responding to this person who wrote this very long, this is an anon, and it was on 8chan, obviously. And Q responded to this person and said, something you should explore further. Impressive, most impressive, Q. Well, that's pretty high compliment from Q, because Q is no slouch. I would say that he's a highly intelligent person or group of people. We know that it is a group of people. So let's see what he's commenting to, and forgive some of the language here. I cannot help that. It came straight from the Chans, and the Chans can be a little raunchy from time to time. All right, so this person is saying Keystone. I found the Keystone. Well, they're saying other things too, but I'm not going to say that word. All right, kecking out right now. Pretty sure I found something. Rip me apart if I'm wrong, though. Oh, everybody will. So many shills on here. You're missing crumbs. Look here, not here. Responding to post 2996, Q says, how is that possible for a supposed non-government entity? How is it possible that Facebook tracks data even when the app is deleted? In post 2993, March 7th, Q is calling out Snowden, so I used the filter to find posts relating to WikiLeaks. Q's post from July 31st, 2018 is a screenshot of the WikiLeaks Vault 7 released March 7th. Sounds confusing, just trying to show you my thought process. Stay with me, it makes sense. Unlike bullets, bombs, or missiles, most CIA malware is designed to live for days or even years after it has reached its target. CIA malware does not explode on impact, but rather permanently infests its target. In order to infect target's device, copies of the malware must be placed on the target's devices, giving physical possession of the malware to the target. To exfiltrate data back to the CIA or to await, oh my gosh, my kitten is on top of my china cabinet. Please don't knock anything off. I might have to have a kitten intervention. Sammy! Sammy! Not looking. I'm just going to pretend that I don't see him. And if you hear glass smashing, you'll know what it is. All right. It's only stuff. It's only stuff. All right. Let's get back to where I was here. To exfiltrate data back to the CIA or to await further instructions, the malware must communicate with CIA command and control, C2, systems placed on internet-connected servers. But such servers are typically not approved to hold classified information, so CIA command and control systems are also made unclassified from Vault 7. Links below that direct you to user forums on how not to leave a digital footprint that can be associated with the CIA and how to construct an imitation fingerprint. Using Facebook as their fingerprint, they are able to install malware on people's phones, tablets, and computers, which relay all data back to a central server using Hive. I suggest all anons who have given up life to research this SHIT, like me, should read this document to completion. I noticed the enormous amount of comparisons between packets of data and bombs. Dunno why, probably just autistic. I looked back in the Q map, and on March 5th, 2019, an anon posted how London police called them bombs, not suspicious packages. Q responded in 2974 with fire. I went into Vault 7 projects, search for fire. Angel Fire is an implant comprised of 5 components. Solar Time, Wolf Creek, Keystone. Excuse me 1 second. I apologize. Oh, you look so pretty up there, Sammy. You look so pretty up there. I've got my place is done in kind of winter white and soft winter whites. It's very, very relaxing and soothing palette that I've chosen because it's just a very relaxing space. But he's all black, and with the glassware that's up there is all kind of winter white, and he looks quite stunning up there. I wish I could show you all, but I can't. All right, so where are we here? I noticed packets of, I went into Vault 7 project, search for fire. Angel Fire is an implant comprised of 5 components. Solar Time, Wolf Creek, Keystone, previously Magic Wand, Bad MFS, and the Windows Transitory File System. Effing Keystone Keck. Keystone is part of the Wolf Creek implant and responsible for starting malicious user applications. Loaded implants never touch the file system, so there is very little forensic evidence that the process was ever ran. This makes post Q381 much easier to understand. We won't telegraph our moves to the enemy. We will, however, light a fire to flush them out. Q is saying that they are using the Angel Fire to predict the deep state's moves without being detected. In the user files, it says a key must be used to open Magic Wand, Keystone. In Q post 270, he says that Admiral Rogers, NSA, W&W plus W&W. That's I'm having a little bit of a brain fade right now. W&W, I'm not thinking of it. It's probably one of those things that once somebody tells me, I'll go like this. But anyway, plus POTUS, U.S. military equals apply the Keystone. Paint the picture. In post 167, Q says POTUS opened the door of all doors. Expand your thinking. What is the Keystone? Now, this could be confirmation bias, but based on what we have read, what we just read, we can now infer that Q was saying Trump gave Admiral Rogers permission to use Keystone and activate malware in order to collect data on the deep state. This is freaking huge, huge. And if this was not so, Q would have corrected this or not even addressed it at all. You know, because there's lots of this stuff. I mean, if you go to the chans, I mean, this stuff is all over. There's all sorts of stuff on there, interesting little things or, you know, theories that somebody might have. But when Q calls it out, then you know it's either correct or he's wanting to correct. And in this case, he did not offer a correction. So we can assume that this person is on the right track. And the crux of it is right here. We can now infer that Q is saying Trump gave Admiral Rogers permission to use Keystone and activate malware in order to collect data on the deep state. Furthermore, who uses a magic wand? A wizard. Oh yes, wizards and warlocks. That's right. That's right. Wizards and warlocks. That's what it stands for. That's from way, way back. That's, oh gosh, that's like from the very start of when we first started listening to Q. So, yeah, interesting, isn't it? And Q says something you should explore further. Impressive, most impressive. He does not deny it. Q does not say, no, that's not what we did. No, this person is bang on the money, if you ask me, which you didn't, but if you did, that's what I tell you. So let's go on. No, really. Let's. And here is the next one. And it is a link to Senator Blumenthal's Twitter and a tweet of his, which I have cut out to save us a little bit of time. And here it is. Why is the Department of Homeland Security reportedly building secret dossiers on journalists and immigration lawyers? Apparent profiling mirrors the behavior of autocrats. I will be demanding answers. Well, there you go. Richard Blumenthal is going to be demanding answers. And I'm sure everyone will just sit right up and take notice. No, they won't. All right. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because, yeah, I bet you the good guys, the white hats, do have their eye on all of these journalists and immigration lawyers and whoever else. I bet you they do. Because some of them are not who they, some of them are probably assets, CIA assets. Some of them are probably doing the work of the deep state. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Leaked documents show the government tracking journalists. The documents detail an intelligence gathering effort by the United States and Mexican authorities targeting more than 50 people, including journalists. Well, oh well. I mean, look what they're doing. Look what the deep state is doing. Tracking, they're harassing people that just wear MAGA hats. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. It works both ways. So yeah, I guess Senator Blumenthal isn't really happy about all this, but we don't really care. Because he's probably not going to be around much longer anyway. In government, I would think. I think he's probably one of the ones that is dirty as all get out. I don't know how else to put it. All right. Let's go to the next one. And here we are. No, we just looked at that one. Oh, and then it says, glimpse of something much bigger to come. Actions have consequences. Yes, they do. Remember, it goes both ways. Nobody is safe. Leak was plugged. Q. So, see, in times past, this wouldn't be all of a sudden him hearing about this. They probably knew everything that was going on because there was just a bunch of leakers in the White House. And that's the very first thing Trump did. Excuse me while I scratch my foot. That's the very thing that Trump did when he took office is he went about trying to plug the leaks because it was just a leaky ship. So, and what happens to leaky ships? They end up on the bottom of the ocean. And when a wreck goes to the bottom of the ocean and starts to shake, you could actually call it a nervous wreck. All right. I didn't say my jokes were good. All right. Let's go on now. Here we go. Here's the next one. All right, now it has a link to another tweet, and this is the tweet in question. I have clipped it out for us, and beneath it says, keep the calendar up to date, Patriot. Check off and log. Future proves past. Q. What's he talking about? Well, we're about to find out. Big D says, it's happening! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. What's happening? Well, Huber and Barr have met. And here they are, meeting. This is Huber with the yellow tie here, shaking Barr's hand. And let's go down here where we can see it a little bit bigger. U.S. Attorney John Huber, who serves as Vice Chair of the Attorney General's Advisory Committee, met with the new AG William Barr this week in Washington, D.C. at the Justice Department. And over here we have, and this was from the 9th of February, 2019, Q said, Barr meeting Huber and OIG report. and remember the dates that were missing from Pompeo's when he was showing in his hand the list of things, and there were dates missing. So it's just really interesting stuff going on right now. And I think that all of this stuff that we've been hearing for the last year and a half is all coming to a head. And I really believe that this is a big month. And I also wanted to mention too, because I was talking about the July 4th celebration, I just really feel that I'm going to be in the States for July 4th. And then someone was saying, well, I guess Trump had, said that there was going to be a big celebration in DC. So I am planning on going. So I don't know if any of you are going to be there, but let me know if you are, because I am planning on going. I want to be there. I want to be there for the 4th of July, wave my American flag, and just be excited. So I think it would be a whole lot of fun. And I haven't been to Washington, D.C. for a while, so I'd like to go and just tour around. All right. It's a very important place. But it's interesting because I used to, because I lived down south, and my mom and my brother at that time was alive, and so was my father, and so I used to come to see my family come home, and it seemed like on the way back I would always seem to have to transfer at Reagan Airport there in Washington, and there's something about, you can feel it. You can feel the power of that city. Now, I am very, very sensitive to things like that. I mean, I can walk into a house and tell if people have been arguing. I don't know. I've always been that way. I'm very, very sensitive. And so when I was in the airplane, I knew when we were over DC. I mean, when he came on and said, we're going to be landing now. And I knew, because you can feel it. You can literally feel it. That city has, I don't know, there's a power there, but it's like an ominous power. I don't know how to describe it. I'm sure many of you have been there and know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's go on. So I don't talk your hind leg off, which pretty much I've already done. Okay, we're going to go up to this one. I believe this is the last one for... well, this is weird. Okay, yeah. No, all right. I'm sorry. I told you I'm all hopped up on blackberry yogurt. Okay, so this is the next one, and Q is making reference to this post from November 7th that has, remember he was talking about the Senate, don't worry so much about the House, the Senate was what we were after, and he says, we got what we needed. Thank you, Patriots. Senate means everything. Think judges. Supreme Court and Cabinet. D-class overrides all potential House blockages. Now, or blockades. Now, why would that be? Because probably the D-class is going to get rid of some of those people. Yeah, and some of the nastiest ones and the most vocal and the ones that never shut up and just always say things that are stupid. Okay, I'll be quiet now. But you know who I mean. POTUS has ultimate authority. Shift to Senate judiciary oversight from House now occur, stronger position and held in reserve for this scenario. Lower chamber, House, used as a 2-year starter. Upper chamber, Senate, will be used next 2 years. Closer. And then it has military planned, no impact, ongoing investigations. Team is stronger, pro. Q. Now, Q, it gives us a link here and says House to Senate Q. Let's take a look at this. It's interesting. No, really it is. Seriously, wouldn't lie to you. I'm not even being economical with the truth. It really is interesting. All right, let's look at this. Da-da-da. Maybe I don't have the authority. Yes, I do. Okay, here it is. Okay, so this is from, well, it's to General Barr, and it's from Lindsey Graham, I do believe. It is. Through the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, Congress granted the executive the ability to seek classified warrants to conduct surveillance on Americans from a special secret court that meets behind closed doors. Given the nature of these warrants and the court that grants them, the public's confidence in the FISA program is based on assurances such as those set forth in the 2001 Woods procedures that FISA applications will undergo rigorous review before being submitted to the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court. Only through strict adherence to procedures like those set forth in the Woods memo and production by the government to the FISA court of all material and relevant facts can the public continue to have confidence in FISA. To that end, the committee is concerned that the Woods procedures and a full presentation of material and relevant facts may not have occurred with regard to the applications for FISA warrants for and the opening of the underlying investigations on Carter Page and other individuals associated with the presidential campaign of Donald Trump. Accordingly, the committee will continue to examine this Congress, as the committee and several other congressional committees did last Congress, potential abuse of the FISA and investigation initiation processes with regard to Carter Page and others associated with the Trump campaign. Now, in order to aid the committee's examination of these matters, I request that the department provide the committee with the following documents by no later than March 21st, 2019. So that's coming up very shortly, isn't it? And this is what Lindsey Graham is requesting from AG Barr. All documents and communications originally shared with the Gang of Eight in May 2018 related to the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election. 2. The Woods file related to the application for and subsequent renewals of a FISA order authorizing surveillance on Carter Page. The term Woods file includes, but is not limited to, any document concerning or related to any attempt to verify the accuracy of any alleged facts stated in the FISA application for Mr. Page. 3. All documents and communications referring or relating to efforts to verify the contents of the Steele dossier. This term Steele dossier includes but is not limited to a series of intelligence reports prepared by Christopher Steele that were transmitted to, among others, the department. All documents and communications referring or relating to the role or extent to which the Steele dossier factored into the Carter Page FISA application. All documents and communications referring or relating to Christopher Steele's contacts with members of the media and the reliability of the information provided directly or indirectly by Christopher Steele. And all documents, communication that govern the procedure, standards, rules, regulations, and policies that the department, including the Federal Bureau of Investigation, must follow in seeking FISA warrant from the FISA court. All documents and communications with the FISA court referring or relating to any FISA applications associated with Carter Page or other individuals on or associated with Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign. All FD 302s, and remember that 302s are the form that they use when they're officially interviewing somebody or questioning them. They fill out a 302. So all FD 302s for Bruce Orr and any other individual at the department, the FBI, or elsewhere in the federal government who received information from individuals outside the department or the FBI that was used in the Carter Page FISA application. All documents and communications referring or relating to defensive briefings provided or that were under consideration to be provided to the presidential campaigns of Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, or any other 2016 presidential candidate. If you have any questions about these requests, please have your staff contact Zachary Summers with Major Staff on the committee. Thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. Sincerely, Lindsey Graham. And a closed copy too, or carbon copy, which we no longer have, but they still use the CC. The Honorable Dianne Feinstein, the Honorable Christopher Wray. Now, I would not put honorable in front of the name Dianne Feinstein, but that's just me. All right, that is, that's pretty gobsmacking. for lack of a better word. It is, because, AG Barr is going to provide all of this to Lindsey Graham, and then the really smelly stuff is going to hit the mechanical oscillating blade. That's what's going to happen. All right, so let's go back. And the midterm election, and this, according to Q, was all about winning the Senate, which they did. The Senate is now investigating the FISA warrants. Q dropped a link to a letter from Graham to Barr asking for this information. So they are investigating this, and they have now requested the documentation from Barr, who will comply and comply with that request. And you know what's going to happen then? Yeah, this is all coming out. And, a lot of us have kind of been waiting with bated breath thinking, is it going to happen? Are the Democrats going to succeed in what they've been doing? Because we see them getting away with things like election fraud and things like that. And we get disheartened thinking, oh man, they seem to always get the break. They seem to always be able to cover up their crime. They seem to always get away with it. Well, no, actually, I don't think that they are this time. So, yeah, we're coming up. This month is going to be a big month, big month. So let's, I think, we've got one more, I think. This one, and this is very interesting. Actually, we have two more. I lied, but I didn't lie on purpose. Does that matter? We've got this picture right here, and what this is, and it's hard to see from this picture. I wish I had it bigger, but this is a guy, and he is a freedom fighter in Iraq. Is it Iran or Iraq? I gotta remember. Gosh darn it, I thought that I had put something here about this. I think it's Iraq, I think. And he says, it says M-I-G-A, make Iraq great again, and MAGA plus, make America great again, and it says QAnon with a heart. So pretty cool, pretty darn cool. So yeah, there you go. And this person sent that and said, we stand together in this fight. Where we go one, we go all. Q. Indeed. Where we go one, we go all. So there you have it. I didn't do a very good job on this tonight. And, I've missed one. See, I don't know. I'm like, yogurt must disagree with my constitution or something, because I'm just out there. All right, let's take a look at this now, because we can. I'll do a better job with the Q-related news. How's that? I'll try anyway. Okay, now this is using a Bing search, and I don't know what the search term was. Oh, Facebook. So when you put in the term Facebook into Bing, this is what you come up with, and this, of course, was done by Q. Q left this link for us, and we've got Mark Zuckerberg wants Facebook to emulate WeChat. Can it? Elizabeth Warren says she wants to break up big tech companies, including Amazon, Google, and Facebook. Okay. Is she gonna break them up using smoke signals? I don't know. Facebook's shift to ephemeral. I can never say that. It's not my day, is it? I should give up, but I'm not going to. Messaging raises big questions for its advertising business and could trigger a move into one-to-one marketing. Facebook announces plan to curb vaccine misinformation. Is there a way to use Facebook without giving up my privacy? Facebook vows to squash anti-vaccine misinformation. Facebook campaign secures exhibition for Kirk Cudbright. Facebook may have built, oh my gosh, he's a scary looking dude. He really is. Like, he just doesn't look human. Facebook may have built Mark Zuckerberg an escape tunnel nicknamed the Panic Chute. Yes, I've heard that before. His office is the boardroom or whatever has like a panic chute, so that if they're in trouble, they can just hit something and, be shot into somewhere else safe. I guess if you're Mark Zuckerberg, things like that are important. Future of Facebook is private encrypted messaging. Messaging, says Zuckerberg. U.S. Senator Warren vows to break up Amazon, Facebook, Google. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go back to Q. No, let's. And this is interesting because it says parts 3 to 9 coming soon. Q. I'm not exactly sure what he means by that. But remember, somebody mentioned this in the comments, and all of a sudden I thought, oh, that's brilliant. Because remember when Q said that there were 9 divisions of Facebook and only 3 of them are public. So there's only 3 parts of Facebook, 3 divisions or whatever, that are the public can see. And the rest are behind the scenes. Well, I think what Q is saying here, now, if you guys have another idea, you can let me know, but this is what I think he's saying, is that 3 to 9, all the stuff that's been kept under wraps, all the stuff that's covert, that we don't know about and aren't supposed to know about, well, all that's coming out soon. I think that is what Q is alluding to here and saying, look, all this stuff here that you see in the news and all that stuff, that's the public side of Facebook, but parts 3 to 9 are coming soon. And I think that we're going to find out exactly what Facebook has been up to in China as well. So that will be interesting. And I was going to say we'll keep our eyes out for that, but don't keep your eyes out because it's painful and you need your eyes in. There's probably a better way to do it than keeping your eyes out or your eyes peeled. Like that's just painful. So anyway, that's it for this part of Q. And I'm going to sign off now, and I'm going to come back with a little bit of Q-related news. I'm not going to go real long on the Q-related news, but I do have a few interesting things to bring, and hopefully I'll bring it a whole lot better than I brought this. So here's hoping. I will talk to you guys later. I'm going to sign off now for a bit, and I'll be back. No, really, I will. That's a warning. So that's it. I should come up with like a pat saying to sign off with, because I never know what to say. Like when I'm done, it's kind of like, well, now what do I say? I'm done. Bye. So that's what I'll say tonight. I'm done. Bye.